Yesterday we saw Injustice, the newish DC animated movie that adapts the comic and video game series Injustice about the DC superheroes. Connor, what is the plot of Injustice, I suppose?
Insert graphic of Big Chungus. Okay. Injustice, so the Joker kills Lois Lane. Superman gets mad and kills him, and then Superman's like, I'm gonna end all war, and he becomes a dictator. And then unlike in the game, Batman summons Superman from an alternate universe who beats up Superman. Then Superman's like, Superman of Injustice world says, I'm a good guy now. I'm on the side of justice now again, so good on me. And then the movie is over. So, Aiden, what did you think of Injustice? God's Among Us. God's a Big Chungus.
Yeah.
God's a Chungus.
Injustice is really bad. To start, the animation.
It's bad.
It's really bad. I think the worst thing, the character designs are all really awful, which is like a big part of it. The Joker has like a mustache coming out of his cheeks for some reason. There's like just a lot of really shitty animation besides that. Also, a lot of the voice acting's kind of really bad. Especially the Joker. Outside of that, they changed the plot from the video game, which, I mean, I don't care that much. The video game plot's also bad and stupid, but it's even worse somehow. At least the video game had the interesting concept of like the two worlds crossing over and heroes fighting evil versions of themselves.
That was a part from the fucking...
And then they just dropped that in the second game anyway, but in this one everyone kind of just like stands around and complains about each other, but does nothing. And they're all just like, God, that Batman guy is such a fucking prick. And then Batman's like, God, that Superman guy is such a fucking homicidal dictator. And they all just stand around complaining, and then at the end, some Mr. T chest guy makes balls that bring Superman into the other Superman. And then other Lois Lane shows up and she's pregnant. She's like, you're a good man deep down. And Superman's like, yeah, I am. And it's really fucking bad. It's way too long. Like, 90% of this shit just doesn't have anything going on. There's so many scenes of people just complaining about each other. It's a fucking soap opera. You'd think if you're working in the realm of animation, you'd want to do something cool. And then, like, the game has, like, this big superhero war thing going on, and this one, in the end, they just fight, like, a robot guy with Superman powers.
Oh, yeah.
And they all team up, and they're like, oh, well, maybe it was wrong to murder millions of people. And that's kind of just the end of it. It's like, I don't know, it feels like 80% of this plot could have been trimmed down to... make this a television episode of a Superman series that's just like, what if Superman became evil? And then it was just done. There's nothing interesting. The animation's terrible. I don't even know why you would bother with the plot of this movie, because it was just so dull. And, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I don't really care that it's different, but it's bad different, worse different. Connor, what'd you think of Injustice?
Yeah, Injustice is really bad. They literally just made this movie to capitalize on the popularity of the video game. And it worked on me because I bought it from the Cheapo Records a week after it came out for $3. So they got me on the popularity of the video game. And it sucked. And, these DC movies, I watch a lot of them because they're on HBO Max, and I watched a lot as a kid. my consensus is they're either really fucking bad or they adapt a story that's really good. And then there's still like a 60% chance it's bad because their art styles are so inconsistent. The Killing Joke was embarrassing and never should have been adapted. If you're gonna adapt The Killing Joke, make it like a 30-minute short film, and then if you want to sell a DVD out of it, tack on like 2 or 3 other short films. That's what they did with They did that back in the day with the Superman Shazam short film. It's like a 30-minute Superman Shazam thing, and then there's like 3 other shorts. So that's what they should have done with Killing Joke. But like I'm watching the Batman Long Halloween one too. I just got that because Best Buy's Black Friday sale, and I liked it. So these aren't necessarily all bad, but most of them are definitely fucking horrible. And this is a prime example, and mostly because they picked the story they're adapting is bad, but then you also pick up the horrendous art style they chose, and the fact that they didn't know how to get the story done in 75 minutes. And the fact that
you say that like the plot is rushed, but the plot just meanders.
The plot does meander because the thing is, you have essentially like a plot that's like could be told in 10 minutes.
Yeah. But
in video game form, it's used to as cutscenes between fighting game moments.
Yeah, but this story's not
doesn't matter.
Even in the video game, the plot makes more sense because it's like the alternate versions of the worlds coming together, and that's why everyone's fighting. And in this one,
they have
just
to
like,
save him because Superman goes evil because Lois gets killed. Yeah, which I believe is in the the comic is like the preamble for that.
Yeah, well and then
Superman.
The part where Superman kills the Joker is the same, and then everything after that is just completely different because the game is stupid and badly written, but has an interesting premise. This is just Batman whining about how Superman doesn't like him anymore.
I like the roster of characters because they picked obscure characters. They had like Plastic Man and Green Arrow play a prominent role.
Guy.
Mirror Man was in it.
Chest Man.
Mr. Terrific.
The guy with the Canadian flag on his chest that was made of metal. Looks like the fucking X-Man.
Captain Atom. Yeah, they had all sorts of cool random heroes that no one gives a shit about. So that was kind of fun. But otherwise it fucking sucked. So Aiden, would you recommend somebody goes to the Redbox and buys this movie for 99 cents in 3 days when it becomes on sale on the Redbox?
No, it's a bad. It's definitely one of the worst DC animated movies I've seen out of like 5.
I've seen a lot of them, and I rank it as my number 1 worst.
Even worse than The Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Okay, well, would you recommend it?
I thought it was awesome-tacular.
Yeah.
Play a clip of Jeremy Jaws saying awesome-tacular right here. And he punches the screen, but I will say I don't recommend it because it's a huge hunk of shit and a pile of horse dookie. It's a stinker.